Many comic book fans might be familiar with Marvel's Gladiator, leader of the Shi'ar Imperial Guard and Magister of the entire Shi'ar Empire. I would guess a lot less know about his equally powerful but far more unstable cousin, Xenith, who I will tell you more about in this episode of Lesser Evils. Zenith first appeared in Star Masters #1 that came out in 1995. The series revolves around the powerful galactic hero Quasar, getting framed for the murder of countless members of a vast peacekeeping force called the Charter, while he is on their ship, the Hub. The first people to respond to the Quasar situation are the Charter's elite tactical deployment force, called the Cosmic Commandos, in which Xenith is a member. They reveal that they are there to arrest Quasar while they investigate the murders. Quasar reluctantly surrenders and allows restraints to be placed on him. Xenith acts like the badass prison guard here, letting Quasar know that she was expecting more of a fight. She takes no shit and is ready to put Quasar down when he tries to ask her questions. Quasar has no problem breaking the bonds, then does the heroic thing and explains how he is going to help the investigation, but isn't even allowed to finish before the Cosmic Commandos open fire and he is forced to teleport away. The Cosmic Commandos teleport after the hero, but get caught in a quantum container created by Quasar, except for Xenith, who manages to avoid it and knock Quasar away. Xenith then gets face to face with Quasar's newly arrived ally Beta Ray Bill, threatening to take the Asgardian's hammer. When Beta Ray Bill throws his hammer at Xenith, she is very surprised to discover that she cannot stop it. While Beta Ray Bill turns his attentions to the planetoid threatening to destroy Earth, go read the story, I'm not getting into it here, Xenith tackles the hero into the planetoid, where she prepares to roughly question him until Beta Ray Bill calls back Stormbreaker and knocks Xenith away. The battle gets more complicated when the Commandos' leader Morphex is betrayed and dumped out of the airlock. It is Xenith who finds Morphex and is the first to discover that the man was a damn dirty Skrull. After the planetoid situation is dealt with, Morphex and Xenith accept Quasar's invite to investigate who or what is behind everything that they have been dealing with. After having their team moment, the group throws down with the renegade members of the Cosmic Commandos. Xenith fights the big muscle of the group, aptly named Erg, and knocks him out easily. The group returns to the Hub, where Xenith teams with Quasar, Beta Ray Bill, and to her enjoyment, the Silver Surfer. It is here Xenith asks a question many of us have probably wondered. Is the Silver Surfer naked? We learn he is in fact covered with a galactic glaze. Fuck, I love comics. After the three arrive, Silver Surfer immediately splits off with Xenith, happily flying behind. Very soon after, the group is attacked and Xenith again targets the apparent muscle, another aptly named Throck. Throck, on top of being big, had powers that caused numbness to spread through Zenith's body every time she hit him until she was incapacitated. Xenith and the rest of the group are captured, then prepared to be sacrificed, but Beta Ray Bill manages to vanish. The remaining group is about to be dumped into a cauldron of boiling alien goo, or some shit, when Quasar's quantum bands save the day by protecting the team from the nastiness. After escaping the goo, Xenith stands with the team, but is bitter that Beta Ray Bill has apparently abandoned them. After some hijinks, the entire Star Masters team manages to regroup with Beta Ray Bill soon after. Xenith takes a liking to the new look Beta Ray Bill has taken on and flirts with the alien. The Star Masters attack the enemy soldiers on the base, as well as the pair of aliens who disabled the team before. Together, the group makes short work of the bad guys and proceeds to clear Quasar's name across the galaxy. With that taken care of, the group later gathers to arrest the mastermind behind the deaths on the Hub, the framing of Quasar, and trying to crash the planetoid into Earth named Lord Votan. When the inevitable battle breaks out, because what egomaniacal bad guy just turns himself in, the group unexpectedly lose their wills to fight thanks to Votan's powers and are captured. But Xenith is able to break free with the help of Quasar, and she proceeds to try and lift Stormbreaker, managing to throw the weapon to Beta Ray Bill. Once free, the team fights their way through Votan's forces. During the fight, Xenith makes it clear to Beta Ray Bill that she wants a piece of that ass. Xenith ultimately stands with the rest of the heroes after Votan is stopped, but that is the last that is seen of her for 13 years. It was during Marvel's event called War of the Kings where we find out that some things have really changed for Xenith, or as she would also be called, Strontian, but I will be calling her Xenith. Vulcan, the emperor of the Shi'ar Empire at that time, recruited Xenith from a prison that she was being kept in for crimes that are not revealed. Xenith is tasked with leading a team of violent aliens to hunt down the remaining Starjammers, along with Lilandra, the former Magister of the Shi'ar Empire. We first see this new group Vulcan put together, called the Praetorians, as they appear over a planet the Starjammers have stopped on. Xenith shows immediately how different she is when she orders her team to just kill everyone. Xenith wastes no time in making a beeline for one of the Starjammers named Corvus, who wields a neat sword imbued with a portion of the Phoenix Force, and whose family has a history with Strontians, specifically Gladiator. While focused on Corvus's fearful recognition of her, Xenith gets blindsided by Marvel Girl, who then soon regrets this as Xenith begins overpowering her. The entire battle is interrupted when one of Xenith's team lets out its star-like power and destroys the planet they're all on. Xenith and the rest of her team are teleported to safety before resuming their pursuit of the Starjammers who also escaped. The Starjammers' destination turns out to be a prison that is holding Havoc and the imprisoned members of the Starjammers. After reuniting, the group is surprised by Xenith and her group teleporting into the prison. With simple orders again to just kill everyone, Xenith launches herself at Polaris. Despite the mutant's powerful magnetic abilities, she is the on-again, off-again daughter of Magneto. Xenith rips through the metal and puts the fear of God into Polaris. The battle is paused as Vulcan and the Imperial Guard arrive. Gladiator wastes no time attacking Havoc and preparing to kill him, but then hears the voice of Xenith telling him to go ahead with it so they can finish their business. Seeing his cousin causes Gladiator to completely forget Havoc and attack Xenith. The battle between the two is brutal, and Xenith even draws blood on Gladiator. We learn a little bit more about why she was in prison, as Gladiator notes that she went mad and attacked the Empire. Also, Xenith feels as if Gladiator betrayed her somehow. The conversation and the battle are stopped by Vulcan's queen, Deathbird, who is also Lilandra's evil sister, who explains Zenith's presence. Xenith and Gladiator do not get back to the main battle before Deathbird is shanked by her sister and Vulcan is on the brink of defeat. To Vulcan's benefit and dramatic setup, the Starjammers escape the battle by teleporting away while they can. After the battle, Vulcan is advised by Xenith to just kill all his enemies. Xenith next appears during a battle between the Nova Corps and the Imperial Guard. Xenith shows up to relieve Gladiator of his duties dealing with the Nova Corps prisoners as he has been ordered elsewhere by Vulcan. After Gladiator is gone, Xenith proceeds to execute 86 Nova Corpsmen. The next place we see Xenith is attacking the leader of the Negative Zone forces, Lord Ravenous. After reciting to Ravenous her message from Vulcan, she reveals her purpose there is to kill him and proceeds to hand him his ass. Only the timely intervention of a Nova Centurion, using his abilities to floor Xenith, saves Ravenous's life. This Nova Centurion is there to capture Xenith for killing the Corpsman prisoners. The Centurion can barely hold the beam though, but sends a distress signal and hopes for backup. It doesn't come in time, and Xenith manages to break free to attack the Corpsman just before Nova Prime, who is also the Corpsman's brother, arrives too late. Enraged about his brother, Nova Prime beats on Xenith before he figures out how to stop her using the psionic dampeners in his helmet. The last that readers see Xenith, she is locked away in some sort of stasis pod, along with the other Praetorians and Ravenous, on New Xandar, which was Ego the Living Planet. Not too long after this event, all of the Nova Corps lose their powers, and New Xandar becomes Ego the Living Planet again, so it seems likely that Xenith is still out there in space somewhere. So why do I think Xenith is worth taking a look at? First, it is known that Gladiator and the Imperial Guard are homages to Superboy and the Legion of Superheroes. If you follow that logic, that makes Xenith Marvel's analog for Supergirl. Having all the same powers as Gladiator, the strength, the durability, the flight, the heat vision, it's a shame that she's not the leader of the Imperial Guard right now. Before she went all dark side, I thought Xenith was a pretty strong female character. She was never portrayed as a damsel in distress, and in fact was more than ready to fight if that's what it took. On the flip side, she showed deep friendship with Morphex, leaving a fight just to save his life. Readers also got to see Xenith flirt with Silver Surfer and Beta Ray Bill, which I thought was a nice touch and gave her a more rounded personality without over-sexualizing her. Probably the biggest reason I want to see Xenith come back again is to learn what the hell happened to her during that 13 years that turned her into a bald-headed killing machine. Finally, if Xenith comes back, I would love for a writer to clear up her whole naming mess. In all of her earlier appearances, she goes by Zenith, but then after Kingbreaker, the name Strontian gets added in, but not with any real consistency. Hopefully someday soon, a writer will bring Zenith back, because I personally would love to see Zenith finally get her date with Beta Ray Bill.